Okay, so for this week of my day trading journey, there was just a bunch of things going on. We had Trump firing some missiles early on in the week. We also had Powell giving his testimony to Congress, which when he talks, the market kind of moves weirdly. And even with all these events, the market still managed to reach all-time highs too. So yeah, trading this week just seemed crazy to me. And along the way, I may have blown my new 50K eval that I just started this week too. Alrighty, so to start off this week, there is a bunch of World War III memes going around, so the world seems to be in chaos, and knowing that low-key had me leaning more bearish today despite price staying in more of a range, where I basically just wanted to see price get rejected at the 950s here, but off market open, price kind of just bounced straight towards that level and broke through it. So yeah, instead of my bearish stance, now I was looking for price to hold above here and bounce up some more, and with price getting this pullback to both this level and the moving average, I wanted to see buyers step back in, which they did, so I got in a long wanting to pop higher, and price did pop up a little more, but it was kind of slowing down near the highs. I also wasn't loving the lower volume up here because that kind of was telling me that we were just going to chop a little more or get rejected here. So to cover that, I did put my stop loss to break even, which yeah, I did get tapped as price came back down. With that, price was breaking lower and did break below the moving average, so I did jump in and short a tad early, expecting price to kind of just plummet lower, but nope, price just stalled for a while up here. Whenever there was a push down, price would just get bought up right after. Seeing that, I was sweating and just wanted to bail out of the trade, but we are still holding below the 5-minute moving average and heading lower, so I decided just to hold on. And as price went lower, I did lower my stop loss too until I just left it near break even. Also, seeing price stall here made me not want to shoot for a fatter target near my next key level because I didn't want to sit in this trade any longer than I had to. So I did just leave my target in the middle of nowhere here, just wanting one of the push lowers to get me out. And one did come with price finally falling lower to hit my target for a nice profit to start off the week and the account. However, had I just played out this trade with a trailing stop loss and a target at my next key level like I usually would, I could have made so much more as price did fall lower. But whatever, I got a piece of something at least to end off today with a profit of 623 bucks. Okay, so for today, I did see Powell was talking early, so I kind of didn't want to take any trades during that because that man either sucks up all the volume or makes the market go crazy. But I still wanted to see what would happen as price did just jump up hella overnight. So I was bullish looking for price to hold here at the 250s or 200s to bounce up higher, which price was holding pretty well above this level. But overall, the market was looking hella choppy and rangy, waiting for Powell to speak. So it was supposed to be a no trade day until that little demon in my head was like, nah, I need to trade. Which, yeah, I ended up forcing this short here with no setup behind it. Basically looking to catch a quick move down a few minutes before Powell was gonna talk, but yeah, I was just quickly wrong for a loss. With that, I was fiending to catch a trade to make up for that stupid loss again, but again, Powell was talking and the market was looking dead, so I was trying to stop myself from entering a trade where I did see a potential long setup from this bottom wick off the 5-minute moving average, but I didn't take it because I didn't want to trade while Powell was talking in this choppy market. So instead of tempting myself any longer by looking at this mess, I did just close the charts for now. But damn it, bro, that long would have paid, man. Seeing that, I just called it a day and accepted that loss of like 200 bucks due to my own impatience and stupidity. So for today, Powell was talking again, so I might have had the bright idea to try to avoid him by trading the overnight session. And usually I wouldn't because most of the time the overnight session is rangy and choppy, which I don't do well in. But the past few days, the overnight session has been flying from all the news, so I was like, maybe he'll do it again. Nope, that shit was flat until like 4 or 5 a.m. So I shouldn't have taken any trades until then, right? Nope, I hella overtraded that rangy market and ended up blowing my eval. I didn't record any of it because I was trading from my bed, and yeah, I didn't stick to any of my rules if that wasn't obvious enough, which honestly is just so bad of me and I should know better by now. But like, man, laying in bed with only the charts looking at me, I just couldn't stop myself because yeah, I did also turn off my daily loss limit of 600, which would have locked me out and kept my account alive. But I was crashing out and being delusional because in my head I was like, nah, I'm him, I got this, I can make that money back, trust. Which yeah, I was just wrong and have yet another blown account to add to my collection because I'm just stupid and lost control yet again. So for today, I didn't even want to look at the charts after blowing my account from yesterday, but I got up anyways and donated another 120 bucks to MyFundedFutures for another 50k starter plus account. And for today, I looked at the charts leaning a little bearish, kind of wanting price to break lower because honestly, I just want to see the market plummet, which it did drop a little off market open, but these 500s were just holding too strong. I low-key wanted to try along here, but I had no setup, so I stopped myself from doing it. But damn, price did pop up hella. Seeing that, I did kind of put a limit order here, expecting price to tap the moving average first before ripping past these highs, and I did get tapped into the trade. However, that buying momentum I was looking for wasn't really that strong, so I did move my stop loss to break even just in case we did reject off the highs here to form more of a range today. And by seeing this lower volume, I also should have reduced my target to just above these highs instead of going for the home run, but I low-key was just assuming I would get stopped out anyways. However, price was slowly crawling up and did pop up past the highs, so maybe this is the break. Yeah, no, that just swiped the highs and came back down to hit my trailing stop loss for a smaller profit. With that, volume was looking kind of dead, so I did hold off on taking any trades, but dang, we did end up getting that break high higher a bit later with this lower volume until this fat red candle shoved price down to stop out all those longs. Seeing that, I was like, yeah, I'm good, and did just stop trading here for today to cash in a small green day to start off this account. Alrighty, to end off this week, I did wake up hella tired because I've been grinding this new Persona game. But even with barely any sleep, even I can see that the market is pumping higher and higher. So I was bullish today, looking to go long on some dips. And off market open, we did get this dip lower where price kept getting bought up. So I did jump in a long targeting the highs here. And price did get that pop up, but we were kind of getting close to some news. So I did just bail out a little short of my target. But shoot, I guess I should have just held because news hit and price just flew higher. Seeing that, I was like, I'm probably not going to catch anything for a while, huh? But price got slapped right back down and did also have a decent buying response off the 5-minute moving average, so I decided to jump back in along, which price did almost immediately hit my target, so damn. However, that didn't last long as price did get slapped back down shortly after to stop me out at break even on that one. With that, I was just gonna stop here, but I ended up talking myself into taking one more long here, which honestly, this trade didn't fit any of my setups, and I only took it because I saw this move lower get bought up like 3 times. So to me, that was proof enough that buyers were still holding this area, and we did get a small pop up, but since it is a little sketchy and the pop up isn't as strong as I wanted it to be, I did move my stop loss to break even to protect myself, which yeah, did get tapped. However, right after that, buyers ended up shooting price right back up, so damn, if only I waited a bit longer for my entry, I would have seen this potential long setup right here, where I should have entered when this red candle got bought right back up to hold above the moving average here. But it is what it is, and I did stop trading here after seeing this because I was starting to feel those dangerous emotions that will probably make me force longs due to FOMO. And since I did stop there, I was able to end off this week with a decent green day of 400 bucks. So yeah, that was a crazy week, and I did break my rules on Wednesday, which did result in me blowing my eval that I only traded for like 3 days. So that was something. After that, I did just buy another eval, and on this new eval, I did manage to get a decent start of like 600 bucks this week with 2 green days. And since I did trade with 2 accounts this week, if we do merge the results together from them, we get this. Where honestly, if we ignore Wednesday, I didn't do too bad. Had I just kept to my daily loss limit of 600 bucks on Wednesday, or just not have traded the overnight session in bed, I could have ended this week green and kept my first eval alive. Which yeah, it's just my fault again for letting myself ignore my daily loss limit, because this ain't the first or second time where I've blown an account by crashing out or over trading, and it might not be the last. Hopefully it is, but with this blown eval, it just further proves that I still suck at accepting losses, man. Because like setting a daily loss limit is just a temporary solution to protect my account from me crashing out, but it would be a lot better if I just didn't crash out in the first place, which there is an easy solution to that where I just stop trading. But nah, there's gotta be another way, because ain't no way I'm gonna stop trading until I get a payout at least. I do find that sticking to my rules and setups has helped me shake off the tilt sometimes, but it's just not enough. Hopefully the more I stick to my rules though, I'll develop a better tolerance to taking L's, because instead of putting the blame of an L on me, I can just think of it as a normal part of my setups, because realistically my setups don't have a 100% win rate, so seeing L's occasionally should be the norm, and I just gotta get better at accepting that. So knowing that, next week I just gotta do better and stick to my rules no matter what, and hopefully nothing too crazy happens next week, but we'll have to see.